Welcome to the Epoch podcast. My name is Diego Bryan, and alongside me, I have my host, Benjamin Wartsky.
Hello, I'm Ben.
And today we have a very special guest, our very first guest on the show, and could be the only guest on the show, so it's not that special.
I agree.
Jakob Rosenetreter.
He definitely isn't special.
I am going to set the bar very low.
That's what we like to hear.
Oh, my goodness. So, you just got here from App when? 2 days ago?
I got here 2 days ago, yes, on Wednesday.
Have you just been chilling?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yesterday I was just working on my car the whole day, so today's the first time I get to hang out with
your
some friends.
battery fell out or something, right? Like it just dropped out of the engine or wherever.
Yeah,
batteries
pretty much.
are.
It just stopped working, so I'm glad to get that repaired so I could drive places.
That's a fast. Do batteries usually get repaired that fast? I don't know much about batteries.
They're usually like
or cars.
3-year warranty or something, or they're supposed to last 3 years. This battery's from 2012, so
It is 2016 for reference.
It was time for it to go.
And so why did you have to, what's the word?
Jumpstart?
Yeah, why'd you have to jumpstart it today if you got a new battery?
We had to I had to jumpstart it to get to the store to buy the battery.
Oh.
Yeah, once they replaced it, it was already good. So
that makes a lot more sense.
Is it an easy fix? Like, did they just put in a
for
new battery
the
and you're good to
average
go?
person, no. But for
You're
the
not
guys
an
at the
average
events,
person.
I mean, no. I'm talking about I'm an average person. Like honestly, I would have never been able to do it. Well, I would have, but it would have taken a while. But the dude at Advanced Auto Parts did it in like 10 minutes, so that was convenient.
I mean, that is his job. I hope he was good at that. I mean, I guess that's not. I guess they don't just replace batteries, but I'm assuming that's something of what they do.
Yeah.
So you're at App with Nick now?
We got not Mikey anymore. We have Karch, and we have some other guys that I think you guys kind of know, but don't know that well.
Shout out Fire Squad.
Yeah, Fire Squad. We're in a little bit of a rift right now, but it's all right. We're
not a Fire Squad rift.
Is it like West Side Story? Are you fighting against them?
Yeah, no,
it's
we're
like
not.
A dance battle.
Yeah, we don't have a dance battle. That it hasn't come to that yet, thank God. But
they don't want Jacob on the dance floor.
Yeah, I mean,
like really, you don't stay away from Jacob.
Yeah, that's a warning. But Michael and Mikey are here, so we're trying to recruit Mikey back to App from State.
Really?
Well, I heard today that he was getting a house off campus next year
at State.
State?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know the details about that, but we're recruiting him back. We'll see what happens.
Are you going to be staying at App? I thought you were going to try to make moves.
It just depends on how the semester goes.
Gotcha.
Jacob's going to be like, come back to App, Mikey.
Yeah,
but I'm going
I'm going to transfer back. I haven't decided. I mean, my parents are going to definitely push for me to transfer, but we'll see what happens with that.
Are they, I mean, I guess obviously they're probably needy parents, but like, do they want you to be close to home just because State is better academically?
I would say more. I would say because it's better academically. When I was talking to Mikey last week when he visited, he said statistically graduating from State, you're going to make more money than graduating from App. So, I mean, and my parents would probably want me closer also. So, I think those are two big factors.
I guess it helps that State's like in the middle of a city, so it's easy to get contacts for them.
And also very close. 20 minutes compared to 3 hours.
Would you be a commuter?
No. Oh, no.
No, Jacob would be living straight at home. He would live in a home forever.
No way.
Yeah. There's no way I can make the commute either. Well, I mean, I just want to live here.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you just want to stay here. Your issue is just trying to stay on campus. Diego's always leaving campus.
That's true. I just quit my job, and so I've been waking up at like
Panera Bread?
Well,
he didn't
I
quit
did
it.
quit my job. I put in 3 weeks, not 2 weeks, because like I'm a good employee. So got to give them extra time to find a good employee like myself.
Yeah.
And
wasn't too hard, I bet.
Right. No, they found me instantaneously.
Yeah, instantly replaced. But then they begged me to stay 1 day a week.
And then they gave him a raise. How much do you think that raise was, Jacob?
I would say probably anywhere from 25 to 75 cents.
Well, it was on the lower end of the spectrum, 25 cents.
Yeah.
They gave him a quarter.
So I am working there 1 day a week now. This is my first week working 1 day a week, and they've already tried to break the code and tried calling me in today. So, I mean, right now I'm in a wedding in South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
So this
How's
is
it
from
going?
South Carolina, so thanks for Jacob to come down to South Carolina just to record this.
Could make
Just in case Panera Bread watches this.
Right. I mean, if Panera Bread's watching this, we made it. So shout out Panera.
We need some sponsors.
It's true.
So.
We do need some sponsors. Come
But,
through, Panera.
Anyway,
Come through.
yeah, I was waking up at like 6 in the morning to go to school, and then I'd be in school till like 2 o'clock, and right after school I'd go to work, and then I'd get home at like 9.
Yeah,
9,
he'd get home
9:30.
after we made dinner and ate it.
Yeah,
So-
and I was working originally I wanted to work 4 days a week, but they violated that one too. So I was working like 5-6 days a week. Anyway,
So as you can see, Panera's a really good employer. They just really care about Diego and
yeah.
his thoughts.
I mean, did I become the first delivery driver trainer in all of the Raleigh-Durham area?
No.
I did. So
That's a resume headliner.
It
yeah,
is.
I
That's what
mean,
I put that on my resume. And
it's
that's
on
not even true
LinkedIn
about
for
me.
sure. LinkedIn for sure.
Oh. Link-
Anyway, back to App. So you're rooming with Nick. How is
Yeah.
that going? Is he?
Yeah, no. I mean, we get along great. I mean, he's really easy to get along with, but obviously I have to talk about things that he does that I notice. We have our own desks on the opposite sides of the room, and he never uses his desk. He eats at my desk. He like does everything at my desk. I mean, I'm a very laid back person. I don't care at all. Like I don't care, but it just cracks me up. Like his desk, it's
Is
a
it-
dust.
is
It's a
it
dust
clean?
collector. I mean,
Like
his
it-
desk. I mean, it's got some. There's some stuff on it, but I mean,
Why does he use your desk?
he says his desk is in an inconvenient location. So
So you just decided to share your
yeah.
desk with you?
I mean, I don't really have a choice. I mean, yeah.
Are you living in the same dorm building?
No,
Okay.
oh, no.
Okay. Is
That's
it
one of-
bigger?
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, but nicer. It's all right, but he does everything on my desk. It cracks me up. And he loses a lot of things. He just misplaces things, and he's always quick to say like, "Oh, where's my student ID card? Where's my phone? Or where's my notebook?" It's like, "Oh, you just put it down right in front of you. It's like right there. Just turn around." So that's one thing that he always does.
Is he neat? Because I know last year he roomed with one of our friends that now goes to state, and his name's Michael. And I know Michael was always cleaning the room, and Nick loved it because he would never do anything.
Yeah, we do a good job keeping the room pretty clean. I mean, we take turns like taking the trash out, or we just take it out when it's like getting a little overflowed. But I think for the most part we're both pretty good. So I don't think we're.
How's
too
he?
dirty.
Okay, for the sake of making this a complete podcast, you got to tell the window story.
Oh, okay. So we were at a party last Saturday night, and it was a rugby party. I didn't want to go to it because the rugby parties are usually pretty lame, but it wasn't too bad. And so we were outside. It was pretty cold. The wind was blowing, and I'm not really sure how it happened. I forgot to mention when I was talking about it earlier. The same window had fallen off. I guess it's like its mantle or whatever it was on earlier in the evening, and it almost hit somebody, but it didn't.
How high is this window?
I mean, we were on a porch. It was probably like 3 or 4 feet off the ground, so it wasn't from the
like
second
3
story.
stories.
That would have probably killed him or done much more damage. But this window, I guess they put it back up, and this window just fell, and Nick was right there below it, and it tore up his shirt and it tore his back, and he from his perspective, he told me that he felt something from behind, and he said he thought someone was trying to fight him, which would I don't know how that would have turned out, but thank God this
Fight him
window,
with like a knife?
yeah,
Like,
fight.
what was he getting fought?
Yeah, someone their weapon of choice is a window, so yeah.
Must be an uncomfortable weapon.
So yeah, this window fell on my roommate. It gave him it's gonna be when it. I hope it's gonna be a cool scar. I mean, it was a nice line right across his the right side of his back.
Was it deep?
No, it wasn't deep.
Okay.
It was like just the skin. Like it wasn't like when it happened. I mean, it wasn't bleeding. Like there was blood, but it wasn't like spewing out. It was just like on the line.
So
where
no
he had
no
been
stitches
cut.
or
Yeah,
anything?
no.
Okay.
When we got back to the room, we just put some like antibiotics on it, and he was fine. But our other friend, he is an interesting character. He was like, "Oh, this window, you're gonna take it back to the room. It's gonna be your souvenir or something." So I still don't know how nobody saw him, like, that lived in the house or on this rugby team, like, saw him take it. But he, like, takes it. And this house is, like, up on a pretty large hill. So he just picks up the window and just starts walking down the hill. He's like, I'm going to go hide it, like, down at the bottom of the hill. And we'll just get it tomorrow or something like that. And then we decide to leave the party, I guess, like 45 minutes or an hour later. And then our friend's like, I'm just gonna walk home instead of waiting for the ride, and I'm gonna take the window with me. And we're like, oh, okay, our ride's like 5 minutes away, and the walk is gonna be like 15 minutes, but suit yourself. And so we get back to our room, and then we're waiting for our friend with the window to get back. And then he gets back eventually, and he doesn't have the window with him. We're like, oh gosh, what happened? And he said he was walking on the side of the street, and this is at like probably between 1 and 2 in the morning, so kind of pretty late to be like walking with a window. It's like something really random. So he was walking back, and he said a cop like pulled over next to him. It was like, sir, what are you doing with that window? He said, like, where did you get that window from? And my friend gave the brilliant answer, I don't know. And he put it down without any further words, and just he claims he just kept walking, and the cop just left him. And so he just left the window, and this was last week, so I don't think the window's still going to be there, because it was right next to a construction site for these new apartments. So somebody most likely took it, unless one of the construction people thought the window was for this apartment. Maybe this window will get built
That'd be
or
awesome.
added into this apartment. That'd be sweet. So yeah, that was quite interesting. That was one of the more interesting stories of the year so far that's happened.
I mean, that is quite a story.
Being attacked by a window.
I mean, that people don't get attacked by windows often.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone was to get attacked by a window, it would be your roommate
our
Nick.
friend Nick.
Yeah.
All that stuff always happens to him.
My earliest memory of him is Ben was there, actually. It was at Ben's house, and he had the stretchy rubber band workout bands.
Oh my gosh.
And I think he wrapped it around his neck.
Oh gosh.
He wrapped it around his neck, and then he stretched it, and it choked him.
Yeah,
He choked himself.
Yeah, Nick is one of those people that does like a lot of dumb things, and you're like, what is wrong with this kid? But like he gets lucky as heck all the time. Like when he does like dumb things, like the bad thing that you expect to happen, maybe it won't always happen. He's a very lucky individual.
I mean, I know Jacob thinks that because they used to play FIFA against each other last year, and Jacob just can't even talk about it because Nick would always beat him.
Not always. Like being a very competitive person, I expect to win like 10 out of 10 times against anyone that I play, even if they are better than me. But Nick, like, this man had never played like FIFA, like rarely. And I'm just like a hardcore FIFA gamer, and just every time we play, I mean I usually win, but his goals, if he beats me, are just like they're very questionable goals. And they just drive me crazy. So he gets pretty lucky.
Nick was also the luckiest moment when we were playing basketball at Ben's house, same place. And it was in the winter months or the fall months, his pool was closed. So we're playing basketball, and the ball just gets kicked out of bounds somehow. I don't even think I was there, but I heard this story. That's how legendary it was. So the basketball gets kicked out of bounds, and it goes into the middle of the pool tarp.
This is in my backyard, and my basketball hoop is on my garage.
Yeah, his basketball hoop's probably like a good 50 feet away from his pool.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Nick, being the stellar guy he is, he runs across the tarp pool with the tarp sinking in,
Right.
picks up the basketball, and then slings it and makes the shot.
Yeah, he swished it.
From your pool?
Yeah, he like curved it around that. He curved it around the garage into the net. It's the best shot I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
And like we almost caught it on camera, but
yeah.
Zach was there, and he wasn't recording at that time, which was unfortunate. Another story with Nick.
Shout out Nick,
but not necessarily him, but his brother. This is when his brother came over, and we were hanging out with some other of like friends, and he decided that it would be a good idea to walk through the screened-in porch, and like I don't know, we were outside, and then we were like, hey, let's go. He was like, let's go back inside. I was like, all right, cool. So I opened up the door for him to walk through the screened-in porch, and instead of walking through the door that I was holding open, he decided to walk right next to me through the screened-in porch, and I was just like, oh my goodness. I didn't know what to do. It's just so like, I started laughing because it's just so ridiculous that, oh god,
Who won, the screen or him?
He definitely won. He dominated the screen.
Screen break?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he walked through it.
How do you?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I can understand if someone runs into a really shiny window. Well, I mean, I've never done it before, but I've seen like videos of people doing it before. But like a screen?
Right. I agree. I mean,
have you seen the plastic wrap pranks?
The one where you like put it over the door and then like you like duck under it? Yeah, I've seen it before.
That's one I'm trying to pull this year. So look out. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I always walk into my room crouched anyways. 'Cause I'm just ready at all
Who
times.
doesn't do that, honestly? I always walk into my room on my knees or I army crawl into my room usually.
I mean, that's the best way to like defend for like clowns that are hiding in there.
Oh,
Have
clowns.
Has there been a clown sighting at App?
This is a hot topic. No, but I mean, people are still paranoid as heck about clowns.
This Halloween's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah. These videos have been circulating for like probably close to a month now, and when we had our friends come up this past week, and we wanted to go to we went on a night hike because there's like this there's a spot up in Boone in the mountains that has a really nice view that you can see the town from down below, and we're on the way, and this is at like 11 at night, and we're driving, and I don't like heights, and I knew this is going to be a very high, like we're really high up. I've seen this area before, and then I remember I was like, oh great, we got to worry about clowns now, and like we're getting close, and it's really foggy. It was foggy as heck. Everyone's phone is like getting low on battery percentage. We're like, oh gosh, we're all gonna die of clowns. And so we like get out of the car, and it is pitch black. Like if we didn't have our lights, like we wouldn't be able to see more than.
Did you bring flashlights, or what did you bring?
We used our phone flashlights. I think one of our friends had like one of the Boy Scout lights that you put on your head.
A headlamp?
Yeah, a headlamp. And so we're getting to this spot with the view, and we're all like paranoid as heck. Well, I was probably the most paranoid because I was in the back, so I would have been the easiest person to take. And there's like a bridge, and we're like, oh gosh, if there's a clown on this bridge, we're like screaming and probably gonna poop our pants or something and just run away.
That's the only thing you can
do.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, everyone says they would fight the clown or fight a clown if they saw it, but let's be real, you would probably turn around and run away.
Are the clowns in the videos armed?
I don't think
do
so.
they have a knife? Or I feel like some of them do.
I've only seen either an unarmed clown that are just like running at people,
yeah,
or
which
maybe
is still
like
scary.
like some sort of like little knife thing. But I mean, the ones with the knife would actually scare me. I think.
Yeah.
The thing with these videos is I don't know how many are staged and how many are actually real. I think the majority are staged.
I agree. I don't think that a lot of
probably
them.
the initial one was staged.
I agree.
I agree. I mean,
like it wouldn't surprise me, right?
Like who's got so much wrong with them that they're gonna dress up as a clown and then like
I don't know.
I mean, there was a serial killer who did that.
Really?
He
dressed up like a clown?
That was his thing. I forgot his name. But that was like 30 years ago. So, maybe he's alive again. Maybe he's out.
He's in the area.
Weird. Shout out John Wayne Gracie. Look that up.
I don't know.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah,
Gacy. Yeah.
When we got to
that's what I heard.
When we got to the Overlook,
it's true actually.
I was on clown watch, so like I was like they were enjoying like they couldn't even see. We couldn't even see the town below because it was so foggy. But they were out on this rock, just like sitting there talking, and then I was like way back off the rock, just on clown watch. So there are like two ways that the clowns could have came from. So I was just with my light, like looking to the left, looking to the right, like
okay,
for like 10 minutes.
If you saw a clown just appear out of nowhere,
oh my gosh,
I would have been so terrified.
There were every noise that I heard on that little hike, and when I was on clown watch was just like, oh god, please just be a little rabbit or something. So.
We were talking about this, like whenever we come back from like if we go out for food at night, we'll drive into the parking deck near our apartment, and as we're going up the parking deck, some of the sections just don't have lights in them for some reason. There's just no overhead light, and they're just super dark, which is weird. And we always talk about like, what if a clown stepped out right now? And then because of that, we started talking like, what is your best? What weapon would you choose to like fight the clown?
Is this inside the car?
This is if the clown appeared inside the car, we'd have a totally
I
different
mean,
problem.
That's a
if your
little
weapons to choose from were from
No,
inside
I'm saying
the
like
car.
if you just happen to have a weapon that
Okay.
you were keeping
a
in your
gun.
car, besides a gun. I'm saying like what is the most effective clown fighting weapon? And we were talking about like a sword.
A baseball bat.
A baseball
maybe.
bat is a good
sword
one.
would be a good one.
I just feel like a baseball bat, like if you hit them once, if it breaks, then you have no more weapon.
Well, if
You
it's
gotta
a
go
metal
metal.
baseball bat.
Yeah, you gotta go metal
Yeah,
for
no, I
sure.
agree. That's what I was saying. I said
Golf
it's-
club's a good one too.
Ooh,
Those are a little
yes.
bit longer,
Irons.
I feel-
but those
if-
are more prone to snap.
Yeah, if you don't
for
hit
sure.
if you don't hit with like the tip of it, then it's gonna just snap right off, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta.
I don't think so. I think
But
a golf club and if you had an iron, not a driver.
An
but if you had
iron would be a
iron,
good
that
one.
or a putter. That would hurt like mess.
But
like
if it
those-
does snap, those things are sharp as hell. That's a blade right
yeah,
there.
You're not
Right.
gonna, you're not gonna take. Well, honestly, if you hit someone with a golf club, like you're probably not gonna have to worry about them fighting back because that's gonna hurt.
Really? I think if you got like,
I
you could
mean,
you think you could block it with an arm?
A golf club,
I don't know.
like if
It-
you,
I mean,
you
it-
have to catch it like mid swing
Ye-
for it not to hurt. Because
I mean,
like
yeah, I guess the issue with the swing is that like if you just miss the swing, then they're like already up. Like it only works if they're at range. Like if they're close to
Yeah.
you, then it's more difficult to hit them with the swing.
if I get a full swing on a clown, he's not with a golf club. He's not getting back up. I can assure you that.
Are you gonna have your best form? Or are you gonna be going like? all
No,
the way
no,
back
no.
and
I'm
you're
not
gonna,
doing
like,
any.
I know you're one to like take your time on the golf course.
I mean,
That's all I'm
I'll
saying.
be like easily running at me. He's like,
Set up the
sir,
shot.
sir, let me just line up my shot real quick.
I have to get this form right. I can't.
Yeah.
Mark
can't
the
strain
wind
my back.
conditions on the swing
Yeah,
right
exactly. That would. I don't.
I
think
mean,
he
as
would
I
stop.
said, I wouldn't like the clown running at me. Like, yes, I would run away from it. I wouldn't try and fight it, but I wouldn't be like afraid of dying unless it had a weapon. Then I'd be like, wow, this clown is actually crazy. It's trying to kill me.
Yeah, but think if you die, like think about how much of a loser you're gonna go down. Just like, hey, this dude died to a guy just in a clown suit. Like,
I mean, yes, unless it's the killer clown. Because
That-
John Wayne Gacy, goodness gracious, he was known as the killer clown.
Exactly.
He murdered 33 teenage boys in Illinois.
Oh shit, we're prime boys.
oh god.
Well,
Good thing we don't live in Illinois.
Well, he
and,
died 12 years ago.
Okay, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just kind of a Halloween thing that's coming up.
Yeah. Did you see in the Penn State? Did either of you guys see that? There was like a supposed clown sighting like a week
Jerry
or two ago. I
Sandusky.
think it was fake. It wasn't Jerry Sandusky, but like
I mean, he
they,
went
like,
for little boys
there was
too.
like a 6,000 person like riot. Like nothing happened. Like they were just like taking the street. They're like, we're gonna find the clown and kill him. And so
Holy
like literally
shit.
like it was like 6,000 people just running around the campus. And I mean that looks pretty cool. Like if there was a clown sighting, like that's the situation I want to be in because. I mean, he's not
And a
gonna take
mob.
on.
I would be
it was
afraid.
like a
If I were the
mob.
clown, I'd be so afraid of that.
Oh,
one.
Yeah,
Like
I'd be
they-
like, oh god.
I mean, you just take the clown costume off, right?
I mean, if you're smart, you would do that.
yeah. I mean, they.
What if he won? He got all 6,000.
I mean, he
Yeah.
would be the best clown ever.
I mean, no, they had to like call it. Like the police had to report because
I mean, there's so many people. They said, I'm gonna go hunt down this clown, and there's apparently, according to this, there was 6,000 kids.
6,000. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
They
All
carried-
students? Was it?
All
It was
students.
on campus.
I don't
They
think
had
faculty
tennis
would
rackets,
be
lacrosse sticks, baseball bats, and hockey sticks.
Holy
lacrosse
cow.
sticks. Tennis rackets.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like
I-
a weapon
That's-
as a tennis racket.
I mean, I feel like
It's
it would
too
just
short.
break as soon as you hit him. It just
It's
it
like a classic cartoon.
yeah,
Like
just
your
like
head
bust
goes
o-
through
yeah. It wouldn't be comfortable, but it would be like, ow. Okay, now we're back to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's gonna be this Halloween. There's gonna be a lot of
clowns.
and a lot of gorillas. I believe those are the two costumes that are just gonna,
Harambe.
there's gonna be a lot of Harambes.
There's, yeah. I mean, yeah. There is Harambe costumes.
And maybe like the person who shot Harambe. I'm guessing there's gonna be some
The
of them.
zookeepers.
Yeah.
Zookeepers.
Zookeepers. Yeah. I watched that video for the first time a couple, like maybe last month or something. Like they don't show. It's like all before they kill or shoot him.
I don't know if there's footage. Oh, I'm sure there is.
No,
I don't know
there
if it's
is.
been released.
And like the comment sections are they're so funny. I mean, I can't remember anything off the top of my head, but like
Just tons of
they're
Harambe
like
jokes.
they're just like like the mom is like, we love you, but we're gonna stay up here. And then the only video is in it's in like like the camera was taken like from a vertical perspective, and like the video quality is just like really bad, and like so a lot of people were just like commenting like how like one person could record this, but like the quality was just like so garbage. And yeah, it's a funny video.
I mean, they were getting harassed forever. Like they're still getting harassed, I'm sure.
They shut down their Twitter and everything.
They did, and people tweeted at them after they did that. Cincinnati Zoo deleted their Twitter just like they deleted Harambe. It just made me laugh. Like just oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like just some of the stuff that they're saying, and then they reactivated their Twitter.
Yeah.
And
did they?
Yeah, and like they kept tweeting out like normal. So they're like, this Twitter or like this animal, it's like 6 feet long or something, and then like just like you guys put Harambe 6 feet underground.
Oh my
like,
goodness!
They just always brought it back to Harambe.
I saw like an advertisement for a shot glass. It was like it was a picture of Harambe on it, and it was like take a shot for Harambe because he took a shot for you. Something like that. I thought that was pretty clever.
No, people are monetizing Harambe.
What's that?
What a legend!
Monetizing?
I always forget what that word means.
Monetizing's like making money.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they're using him to make money for themselves.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
I mean, have you seen that picture that they have like of Harambe? It's like the only Harambe picture that they have.
No.
He's like I mean, if you know what Harambe looks like, then you know.
I mean,
you know the picture.
he's a
Like, look,
gorilla.
this is the picture that they have. Like, look how awesome that picture is. That's just like such a studly. Like, he's not like a weak gorilla. He looks like
He's a man.
He looks like a man in that picture.
It looks like he's contemplating something.
I mean, when you grow up and your name's Harambe, you got to kind of be tough. You got to fight off the bullies, I'm saying.
I don't think anyone's bullying him
No.
except the zookeepers.
Not anymore. He worked his way up.
It's true. He did work his way up.
Oh, my goodness.
He died. Spoiler alert.
I haven't finished the book yet.
Yeah, someone will probably end up making it like a
You
documentary.
see, there's a famous movie director that said, if this tweet gets like 1 billion retweets, I'll make a movie about Harambe. And he got like 2-3 million retweets.
Oh
I
my
think I
goodness.
think I might have seen that.
I favorited it. I didn't retweet it.
Yeah, I don't care
What
that
would the
much.
movie be about?
Just Harambe's life. It'd be like Planet of the Apes, but just about Harambe.
Was
Can
he
he
a
talk?
special gorilla?
No, he was only special because, well, this is my understanding of it. I think he's only special because he got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Let's
people
be
were just-
real. Nobody knows off the top of their head names of gorillas across the United States. They're like, oh yeah, the one in Cincinnati, Harambe. He's a great one. We gotta go.
First
Let's-
round draft pick
road
out of
trip-
Cincinnati.
road trip to Cincinnati. We're gonna check out Harambe.
I mean, but I bet a lot more people are going to Cincinnati Zoo now.
yeah.
I bet like if
they should
if
kill.
there's
I mean,
zoos
they
should
might
kill more
protest him.
animals.
we don't support that
Yeah.
here in Epoch. That's a Jacob supported thing. We'll call this episode "Things We Don't Condone" Part 2.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out other podcast.
I think the final thing we should probably talk about that happened this week, was it earlier this week? Hurricane Matthew.
It was today is Friday.
a hurricane.
It happened on Friday, Saturday, Sunday of last week. Or
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I think the worst day was Saturday, right?
Yeah,
'Cause that
Saturday was the
Saturday
worst
was pretty
day
garbage.
from
at
what I
least
heard.
at least for us.
It was pretty
well,
garbage.
I mean, probably for the people in Florida. But our hurricane stories. Jacob, you didn't have any?
No, I mean, being in the mountains, we got like a little bit of rain, but there was nothing at all. It was pretty mellow for the
And
3 days.
your classes weren't canceled or anything,
No,
right? Like
nothing.
You guys were,
Nothing was
well,
canceled.
I don't know if anything cancels apps classes. Like I swear you guys go
No,
to school for
no.
everything.
Surprisingly, we had classes. A lot of classes get canceled last year. If like the snow, it's not about the snow. It's always about the ice. And if the buses can't, if they can't run their routes because the roads are just too icy, then they have to cancel because some people just commute using the buses. So
Right.
Do they have their own snowplows there?
yes,
App State snowplows.
I mean, they. Have
I don't know about. I think it's more like the town of Boone,
Oh,
Watauga
okay.
County.
Yeah, I think the town of Boone probably has like triple the amount of snowplows that they do in Wake County, because Wake County is always closed in school.
Yeah, and I mean, you can always like when we're about to get snow, the town is always like salting the roads. We can always see that on the roads across campus.
We never do that.
Yeah.
That's not a thing we do here.
The school closed here, just for Matthew. It was the hard rain.
Because of the power. I heard it was the power outages across Wake County. Like a lot of the
Yeah.
schools just had no power. So I mean,
Well,
they
and
had to
there's just
cancel.
like the road, like even some roads were like there were no roads anymore. There's just like
in Wake
rivers.
Forest, like Rogers Road. I don't know
Oh,
if you guys saw the
yes.
pictures, but like this road was like one half of it was just demolished. Like it looked like
Yeah,
it just got ripped apart. It was cool.
Yeah, this is a road that's like probably 5 minutes away from my actual house back home in Wake Forest, but a sinkhole happened because of how much rain. Yeah, so the sinkhole happened on Rogers Road, and it just collapsed the road.
Yeah,
and it's especially bad because farther down that road they have it closed off because there was a bridge, and they're remaking the bridge. Yeah. So now the road is just, I mean, it's practically useless. They just got to remake the whole road.
Like, do you need that road to go places?
It's kind of a main road down this part of Wake Forest, but
they're detours, but it's definitely a road that people.
I know ECU, South Carolina got out for last week, and then their fall break is this week, so they've been out for 2 weeks. That's just lucky. Like last year, because last year there was flooding at USC too. I don't remember
ECU.
No, at USC.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Yeah.
I don't know why there was flooding last year, but there was flooding.
Yeah, one of my close friends, I forget what it was for, but
they
had to like evacuate last year, but this year I'm pretty sure they stayed.
I don't think they had to, but the classes were definitely canceled.
Yeah, classes were canceled. And I know UNCW pretty much evacuated. I had some
ECU. I know classes were canceled on Friday at least. It might have been earlier. It might have been more than that. I don't know if it was more than Friday.
Yeah,
but it was definitely Friday, and then I don't know if they have any more.
Yeah, but I think it was kind of funny for UNCW. They got their fall break was last week, so I mean they weren't gonna go to the class anyway, so that kind of sucked for them.
Right.
They didn't get the double break.
Yeah. You, Ben, you were out there in the rain for sure.
State had a football game on Saturday.
Yes.
And I film football games for State. I volunteer with the marketing department, and I like make videos for them during the game. And so I went out there, and I already didn't want to go to the game. I was not having a good time in the morning, just because like I knew it was going to be sucky weather. So
it was raining like exceptionally hard too.
Yeah, it was like in the morning. It was like just like a normal drizzle, and I was like, okay.
It was like a normal hard rain.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's fine. I guess I'll go to the game. And so I got to the game at like 10 o'clock. The game's at 12. I go out there to film warm-ups, and it starts raining harder. I film like 5 minutes worth of footage. While I'm filming this 5 minutes of footage, like my boss is out there too, just standing over me with like a towel above my head, making sure that like I don't get wet and the camera doesn't get wet. And I can't really see what I'm filming or if it's in focus because we have a plastic bag over the camera because we don't have the proper rain camera equipment because, I mean, cameras just are not meant to be outside in a hurricane. And so then we went back inside and we like edited that video, walked back outside again, and it's just like a downpour, and it was just terrible. Like the field was a mess. Everything was a mess.
The field was a mess. I was watching that game, and the field was a disaster.
What were the cheerleaders doing?
They were like usually cheerleaders like do flips and stuff through the end zone to like pump the crowd up, but because they were, I mean, it makes sense that they were worried about falling. They just were doing like belly slide, so they'd like just run from one side and then they would slide on their bellies as far as they could, and they could get like halfway across the field or like from the midfield point all the way to the other side. So that was funny, but a lot of people showed up still, like a lot of like non-students. Like there was a decent student section, but I thought the stadium was like more packed than it should have been for what the game turned out to be.
Yeah. Shortly after you left, we were like watching the news a little bit, and Menser, who was living at the apartment for the weekend, so it was me, Menser, and David, and they were advising people to not drive on the roads, and so we turned the TV off and went to Duck Donuts. Duck Donuts, if you don't know, they make fresh donuts every single day.
As most donut places do.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, they make them like almost instantaneously right in front of you, and they glaze them.
They have like super custom donuts. They have like the donut that I like there is the maple syrup donut with bacon. Yeah, they specifically glaze them for you.
So they just make these fresh donuts, and then whatever you order, they glaze them. It's like a Subway of donuts.
Jersey Mike's of donuts.
Chipotle of donuts.
Yeah.
Moe's
Pyology of donuts.
Yeah. Anyway, custom donuts, and so we walk outside of the apartment, and we have to walk probably 10 feet to the parking deck, and instantaneously we're soaked. Like, I'm talking, you know how you wear jeans and then you see raindrops as they hit you?
Mm-hmm.
Our jeans turn like dark instantly on the 10 feet walk to the car. So, you know, we started off good. And then about 5 minutes into the drive to Duck Donuts, which is probably like a 25-minute drive there, we hit this puddle. And you know when you're in a car wash and like there's so much water you just can't see in front of you?
Right.
That's what happened.
Good.
And so we didn't turn around because we were already going one direction.
Donuts. Can't stop for donuts.
I don't know why you would stop for donuts.
Yeah. I mean, we were 5 minutes in, had 20 minutes to go, so obviously we were closer to Duck Donuts. And so we had to drive a long way, and there were so many wrecks on the highways.
Right.
There's cars that were like on highways. There's that median, and there's cars that like flipped over that median and like spun around, and there were like cars that were facing the wrong way because they spun out.
It's crazy.
That's surprising. You'd think like that would be more in situations with ice rather than just really hard rain.
It was. I mean, there was just so much rain that you hydroplane.
I mean, yeah,
like,
I was going to say, yeah, you can hydroplane.
And like it rained, like it was raining a couple days before this rain, so like the ground was already, you know, had water in it. Like it wasn't gonna absorb that much more water because apparently there were some rivers and stuff that were like breaking records the week before Matthew with how much water they had, and then after Matthew, I mean, it was just, you know, floods everywhere, really.
Yeah, like when I came back, I left the game after the second quarter just because it was so terrible. And when I was coming back, like I was driving through like under bridges where water pooled up, and I like my car was floating, I swear. Like, probably not actually, but like I swear the water's probably above my wheels, and it was wild. But like it wasn't even the worst, because then when I don't remember who, I think it was one of our Diego and I's roommates, David, and our friend Alex or Menser, when they were driving and they saw cars that were like underwater, like they were like the water was so high that it was almost above the car, or maybe it was above the car, which is just crazy.
It was to window level, and when they got back, they were actually telling me about that story, and I had the news on at the same time, and instantaneously when they're telling me about the story, they're like, "Oh my goodness, that's the car that was underwater!" Like they drove past the car, and the news caught it also. But it was by Crabtree, which is already a place that floods a lot for some reason.
Yeah, I was here at NC State when there was a big rainstorm in the summer, and there were like Crabtree was like flooded as heck.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But it's like the parking deck is set up weird for some. I don't know much about the parking deck, but it's like the way that it's set up. It like
you don't
drains
want to park
downward, and then it
floods.
always like
it's like drainage. A pool. Yeah, it's a bowl, not, I don't know, poor planning. Just like a lot of.
That's what I was told. Like that's what our field apparently is in better shape than other fields would have been, because like we're an agriculture school, so like our irrigation on the field apparently is just super good for some reason. Yeah, and
you
so
guys
like
are so special.
I mean, we are super special apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
It's not about the field; it's about the people on the field.
We got that W though. We did beat Notre Dame, so good luck to us tomorrow. We are playing Clemson.
I think we got it though.
It's probably not going to go well,
for sure.
I mean,
have you watched Clemson this year? They beat Louisville, and I thought Louisville was the best team in the nation.
Louisville's garbage.
No, I'm not worried, because we bring NC State Wolfpack pride to Clemson. We're going to destroy them.
I would not be this confident, but I think hopefully we lose by less than the spread, which I think right now is at 18 and a half.
Oh, we're losing.
So if you still lose, we're like, hey, we beat the spread. We only lost by 17.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. I just hope that we don't lose to Louisville and Clemson by a combined 100. If we do that, I'll be happy with our football.
We play them back-to-back weeks this year, right?
We do. We play at Clemson, then at Louisville. And Clemson is 3, Louisville is 7.
Both road games?
Both road games.
Yeah. Wow. I wish Louisville came here. I would have liked to see Lamar Jackson in person.
I think everyone wants to see Lamar Jackson now. Like it's his sophomore year, or he's like a redshirt sophomore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if he keeps this up, he'll run away with the Heisman. Like
I feel like he already has run away with the Heisman.
I mean, he has more touchdowns than most people have in a season.
I mean, he has more touchdowns than a lot of teams have.
Yeah.
That's true. Combined.
Right now, he is 14 rushing and 14 passing, which is disgusting.
In what, 5 games? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 5 games. That's just
is absurd.
ridiculous.
That is disgusting.
Almost 5
You can't
touchdowns a
just
game.
you can't just have 28 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think
Someone should suspend him.
Right.
Roger Goodell.
Roger,
Can you
no,
fine him?
he would come in and suspend him for sure.
Yeah. This man is just.
I don't know why he's so good. Like when I watch him play, I'm like, man, is the other team just bad? But he's just so fast.
Yeah. After like their first, I think their first 2 games, maybe even their third, I was like, okay, there's no way he can keep this up. But then like
And
the
he kept
game against
keeping it up.
Florida State, when they like, because Florida State was ranked ahead of
They're
them.
ranked 2.
They were ranked like, I think it was like 2 or 3 or something like that. And then Louisville beat them like 63-14 or something like that.
Gross. It was the biggest
Yeah.
margin of victory for like a biggest loss that a number 3 seed took, I think ever, or number 2 seed, whatever they were. It was like, I think they beat him by 40 something or 50 something.
It was a butt
Yeah.
stomping.
Like that's what's probably gonna happen to us tomorrow, or
Oh,
when we play them.
almost guaranteed.
I mean, I don't know what we have to stop them, but I root for State. I believe in us. Just I hope for the best.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm trying to say.
There will be heartbreaks tomorrow.
Hopefully for
Heartbreaks.
Clemson. Heartbreaks for Clemson. They're not ready for us. They're gonna underestimate us. They're gonna be like, yeah, that State team, they're only 4-1.
I don't think
They're
they have a
terrible.
home loss in their last 2 seasons, but you
Hey,
never know.
Look, that's okay. They didn't win the national championship last year.
Yeah.
They're not defending champs.
If you're not first, you're last.
It's true.
basically.
We're pretty much on the same page. We also didn't win a national championship last year, so pretty much on the same level.
That's one way to look at it.
It is definitely a way to look at
I
it.
mean, it could be worse. We could be apt.
It's true.
Oh, yeah?
Probably would lose to App.
Did you guys win a bowl game last year?
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I thought.
Who did you guys play in your bowl game last year?
I mean, you guys played in the toilet bowl. Like
Oh,
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear
I wanna
anything else.
I want to say we played Ohio.
I think that actually might be right.
Ohio?
But not Ohio State.
No.
Just Ohio.
I want to say Ohio. Yep, we played Ohio. And we won on a game-winning field goal by our good kicker.
So we played. Who did we play? We played
somebody better.
Yeah,
than
it
you
was
guys.
somebody better. I think it was Dak Prescott's team actually.
Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we did
geez.
not.
Yeah, we
deserve
played
to win
Mississippi
that.
State, and it was raining again. It was like a hurricane. It was hurricane conditions once more. Or like it was super rainy and miserable, and we got stomped. I don't remember what the score of the game was, but I know that it was not a good game. I'm looking up the score right now.
Our kicker this year is just terrible. My God.
Our kicker's worse. I
It was
guarantee
not,
it.
It was not a happy time. We lost
Is it?
51-28.
Is he?
Yeah, I was telling you earlier. This man is like
I mean, our kicker misses.
he's responsible for like 3 of our losses, or maybe no, we only have 2
What's
losses.
App's record?
He's responsible for
3-2.
he's responsible for 1 of our losses, but the other games that we've won, like he could have been the fault if we lost.
Does your kicker miss extra points?
Yes,
Really? Okay.
occasionally.
Yeah, same.
Although last game we won on Thursday 24-0, and he made all of his extra points and his field goals, so that's good for moving forward. But
Tell Nick to try out. Tell him to.
no,
log
Nick,
on.
our friend Nick that we were talking about earlier kicked in high school, and every time there's a missed field goal, he's like, man, I should try out. But I think
To be fair, Nick was not the greatest kicker in
Yeah.
high school,
Yeah,
but he
so-
only did it for 1 year, so I can't like knock him too. I'm sure I would do worse.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I think we're 4-2 now. Oh, but our 2 losses are to Tennessee and Miami, which are both like top 15 programs, so there's nothing to be ashamed of there.
That's true. Our losses to a
ECU.
reputable program.
That's highly debatable.
I mean, yes. We
I
lost
mean,
ECU, unfortunately.
Our kicker did lose us that game.
He did, definitely. Well, I think combined in that game, both kickers were like
That's true.
2 for 10 or something.
Yeah.
Something garbage.
I think it was super windy
We
that day or
switched
something.
kickers, I believe, mid-game, and then the other kicker did not do well either.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. But I think that is probably going to do it
Yeah, let's
for
get
this
out of here.
episode. So thank you for listening. If you did not like the sports talk, then I would hope that you skip to the end.
Leave.
I'm not going to tell you to leave. Please like the video, rate, subscribe. Check us out on iTunes.
Jacob, where can they find you? Snapchat?
LinkedIn.
Okay. Jacob
Follow me on
Rosenetreter.
LinkedIn.
Jacob Rosenetreter at LinkedIn. He likes those profile views.
Oh,
He does.
hit me up.
He likes to
Connect
be
with me.
connected.
Connect with me.
You can find us on iTunes at Epic Podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud at Epic Podcast. And YouTube also at Epic Podcast. So look for more stuff from us. We'll You can follow us on Twitter too. Epic Podcast. It's pretty.
LinkedIn.
That's EPOCH. POCD. Podcast. Epic spelled EPOCH podcast. So, any final words?
Thank you, Harambe, for sponsoring us.
That's true, and thank you, Jacob, for coming down just for this
one
little bit of time, and now you can head back.
I'm leaving in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
that's
please.
fine. All right. Well, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next
Listening.
time. Listening or watching.